yourself.
We are live, folks. Here we go. I bet you weren't expecting this, but Gabby's kind of busy right now feeding our baby. We're on the trip to Texas for the first time for Rayleigh out the womb, as we like to say. We're coming for Tejas. It's gonna get lit. And yeah, we're doing the dang thing.
Why are we going to Texas?
Oh, we're going to Texas. I'm shooting a videos content for Team Reform and Summer Shredding, and Gabby's going to bring Rayleigh, visit family. Love is in the air. We're ready to mingle. You know, things are getting lit, folks, so stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. I don't know what exactly it is yet that you're gonna not want to miss, but you're not gonna want to miss it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next time. I'm about to drop the camera.
What is up, you guys? We are at Buc-ee's in Alabama. It's a little past 7. Wade is on diaper duty right now because baby girl is dropping a deuce. But really good timing for stopping because she just let it out. But yeah, we're gonna change her, get some snacks, and get our butts back on the road. I think we're making good timing though. So, and she's been really good. Only fussy when we hit like big bumps, but she's doing great. You guys, we made it to Texas. Yay, say yay, hooray! We made it at like 3:40 a.m. It is 12:20. We are up and we're ready to go. We're gonna go on a picnic with 2 of my best friends and their babies so Rayleigh can meet them. And we're so excited. We're gonna get some cute pictures because we got the professional.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait. And I know Rayleigh's super excited. Don't eat the blanket. She's excited, I think. Your pops is now plugged in back. It's your Ray Ray.
Should have.
Repping the Astros.
Go.
Hello, you guys. It is Thursday. Yesterday, we went to the park and stuff with our friends, and then we hung out, watched the Astros play. Today, Rayleigh and I slept in quite a bit, which was really good. But now she's refusing to nap during the day per usual. She takes like 15-20 minute cat naps here and there. She might fall asleep on me right now because she loves contact naps right now. But I'm also trying to get some work done while I'm here. So this is called multitasking. And I'm just gonna hold her until she sleeps, get some work done. We're gonna stay here and watch the Astros play again. It's a very chill trip here this time. Tomorrow, Wade's gonna leave the car seat in the stroller here, so hopefully tomorrow I can kind of take her out and walk her around. So it's so beautiful here in Texas right now. But yeah, we're just hanging out, doing our thing. She's sleeping, of course. Now she's asleep, but I'm gonna get some work done. And maybe I'll throw in like the Q&A in this video because I was supposed to do a Q&A over motherhood. So I'll do that. And also it's her 1 month today. Yay. 1 month. She smiled, but okay, enough procrastinating. I gotta work. Gonna vlog more when we were back home in Texas. We just got back this morning at 3 a.m. It's Thursday. We left on Wednesday. at like noon, and then it took us all the way until 3 a.m. to get back on this side of town, which is fine. We took our time, especially because baby girl was a lot more awake on the drive home than she was on the drive out there. But I really feel like I couldn't vlog because if I wasn't feeding her, she was like spending time with the family, and like I wanted to be present in the moment, so it was really hard to vlog. But I got some really cute pictures that I'll just like pop up that you guys can look at, because she did get to meet her great grandparents, which is huge. She's the first great grandkid. Incredible. And then she's my parents' first grandkid, so they're still like over the moon about that. And yeah, we really just chilled at home, watched a lot of sports like the Astros, which is super disappointing, Tampa Bay Lightning. We hung out just doing nothing, basically. I don't like going out and about with the newborn. I think we took her out once to meet our best friends and their kids, and that was it. It was just nice to just get to relax and not have to worry about too much. The adjustment for her, I think, was kind of a lot. Like towards the end, she was getting like a good schedule, but then of course towards the end, we're packing up to leave and come back here. So we're readjusting again. But I wanted to end this vlog with a little Q&A, because you guys asked some questions on my Instagram like a few weeks ago that I'm just now getting to. So we're gonna end the video with this, and then we'll see what we're gonna film next. We also have 2 baby monitors. One is in our room, and one we just installed and put up in baby girl's room. Baby girl's room needs a sound machine because it's way too quiet in there, and she's just used to having some sort of noise when she sleeps. Keep your opinions to yourself. I personally need noise when I sleep, so I don't blame her, but I'm constantly like checking on her to see if she's okay. But she seems to be doing good, so hopefully we can knock out these questions before she wakes up, so I can at least say I did something today. First question, how much did baby girl weigh and what was her height? I think she was 8 pounds, maybe 11 ounces or 7 ounces. For some reason, 8'7" is sticking to my head right now. And then she was 21 inches long at birth, but then when we took her to a pediatrician 2 weeks later, she was 22 inches. So a pretty long baby, still over 8 pounds. I don't know how much she weighs now. I haven't weighed her. I don't know, but she's a tall girl for sure. Do you have any baby items that you regret or wish you had gotten instead? I bought baby girl so many different types of sleepers, swaddles, sleep sack type things, and she's literally obsessed with the hospital blankets. I don't know if it's just maybe my other sleepers aren't tight enough on her yet, because she's not like a thick baby, she's a pretty lean baby. So I haven't found anything that's like as tight as the hospital blankets are when we swaddle her. So definitely wish I didn't invest in so many different types of sleepers, because she doesn't like any of them. Like she can't get comfortable, she wiggles out of them. I don't know, that's frustrating. Bottles for sure. She only likes one specific bottle right now that I think the hospital gave us. The other one she doesn't like yet. And after watching some videos and doing some research, like this shape of the nipple of the bottle apparently is very important, and I didn't think about that. Like I went for aesthetics on some of our bottles, so hopefully when she's older she likes them more, but right now she just does, she only likes what the hospital gave us, which is, again, what the heck. But those are the top 2 things on my head, in my mind, that I can think of that I kind of wish I didn't invest in other things. I should have just waited to see what she likes, but live and learn. Did the doctor and nurses prep you for postpartum? One nurse came in and she was great. Her attitude was awesome. She had a lot of sarcasm and like really good jokes to like bring humor to postpartum, which was great. She, I think, prepped us in the most realistic way. I would much rather have somebody tell us like there's going to be really hard moments than somebody who sugarcoats it and is like, having a newborn is awesome, you're going to love it, it's going to be fantastic. Like, yes, you're going to love it, but it's also like pretty trying on a marriage. It's definitely stressful mentally, physically, emotionally. So she kind of prepped us for all of that by just being realistic with ourselves. What did you need to bring for the hospital? So I prepped my hospital bag like I was gonna have a natural birth, be home in a day, and not really need anything. And it was the opposite. I had an emergency C-section. I was there for 2 days. I didn't pack anything for C-section healing. The hospital provided like all the diapers and pads that I needed. I did pack my own like disposable underwear and stuff because I didn't want to ask the hospital for more because I thought mine were more comfortable. So the diapers that I wore were a huge plus. Loved them. They were super comfy. If I can find the specific one I got, I'll put it up. But I loved those, and I even wore those the first 2.5 weeks after giving birth because they were just so comfortable to me. And they had built-in pads, so they held quite a lot down there during the healing process. So I liked those. We packed clothes for baby girl. She wore one outfit for a picture, and then she loved the little half shirt the hospital had for her in her swaddle. She didn't really care to wear anything else. I packed my toiletries, which were helpful because I did get to shower there, so that was nice. And I got to like brush my teeth, wash my face at one point, so like that made me feel pretty normal. But again, like I didn't prep for a C-section, so in regards to like the band to wear, I didn't bring my own. I used the hospital's band to wear to like hold everything together. I don't think I packed like the best of hospital clothes, but I honestly just stayed in my hospital robe thing for the majority of the time until I could change into my own robe. So I kind of packed all the things I didn't need for this, but I also didn't know what was gonna happen, so that's it. Organization for newborns, keeping track of feedings, etc. For the first 2 weeks, I think, I was doing my best to time every feeding, duration, which boob she was on, how long she was napping, when she pooped, when she peed, like timestamp. I was trying to keep up with every little bit of it because I thought like, oh my gosh, what if she oversleeps? Like she's gonna be super hungry. Should I wake her up? Like, but I found that keeping track with such detail like that gave me so much anxiety because Rayleigh's different, I think, than other newborns. Like she was eating so much more than an average newborn already, so that was weird. She was napping longer early on in the sense of she napped one time for like 5 hours or 6 hours straight, and she just slept. She woke up, she was hungry, I fed her, she chilled, went back to sleep. Like, she was just not a normal newborn from what my mom has said, from what Wade's mom has said, from what I've read. Like, she was a lot more alert and aware of a baby. So I found myself, like, keeping track of all these things when she never really had a consistent schedule because she just did what she wanted. So after about 2 weeks of trying to keep up with everything, I realized, like, she's going to tell me when she's hungry. Whenever she is, she's going to go to sleep whenever she wants. Even if I go through a process of like settling her, swaddling her, white noise on, putting her down, like if she's not tired, she's just going to lay there and she won't go to sleep. So she picks when she wants to sleep right now. And as far as her poops and stuff, she's been very regular since we brought her home, so I stopped tracking that until recently when I realized she hasn't pooped for hours. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's backed up. But I feel like once you get into like a few weeks of a groove, you kind of pick up on your baby's cues naturally, and then you kind of realize you don't need to track everything because your baby's going to tell you pretty much what it wants, I feel. So that's what we've been doing. Who do you think she looks like? You guys, every day I get a DM saying something different, saying, oh my gosh, she looks just like you, or oh my gosh, she looks just like her dad. And I feel like if we're both holding her separately, people are going to say she looks like the parent that's holding her, but then when you put us all together, like I think she's a really good mix of the two. When she's older, I'm really curious which one she will look more like because she has a lot of my facial features, like my eyes, the color of my eyes, my cheeks, my nose, but she has like Wade's lips, Wade's hairline, his ears, I'm pretty sure, and like I think his like head shape in a sense. So like she had an eyebrow, she has his eyebrow structure. So she has bits and pieces of both of us. I have no clue who she looks more like though. I think she's just the perfect little mix of the two. Best yoga pants to work out in while pregnant. I trained in Buff Bunny my entire pregnancy. My favorite leggings were the Legacy leggings because they were super stretchy, super soft, felt really good around my bump, weren't too hot, and that's literally what I stuck with my entire pregnancy. I don't think I got uncomfortable in my leggings until about 38 weeks because at that point it was just like, it was too tight for comfort, but up until that point, like that's all I trained in and it was fabulous. Code Gabby for a discount and to support me. She's still sleeping, you guys. This is so good. She's still sleeping. I'm loving this. Okay, moving on. How active were you by trimester? So first trimester, I was very, very, very exhausted. A level of tired that I have never felt in my entire life. And like I was a athlete my whole life. I played college soccer. I did 2-a-days in the Texas summer heat. And even then, the level of exhaustion I felt in my first trimester trumped anything I've ever felt before. So I was lucky if I worked out like 2 or 3 times at all in a week during the first like 10 to 12 weeks. And I was okay with that because it literally was just, there would be days where I'm like, wow, I made it out of bed. This is a victory. And I was okay with that. So first trimester was more of resting, figuring out like what I can do right now with the level of energy that I have, and giving myself grace with like, this first trimester is hard. I'm literally growing a baby. I need to relax and just kind of get a feel for how my body is going to be throughout this pregnancy. Second and third trimester, I was able to pick it up quite a bit. I was training maybe 4 to 5 times a week, and my lifting stayed pretty much the same. I will say I lifted maybe like 50% of my max on a lot of things like pretty early on, because I was more focused on my breath work during my lifts versus lifting super heavy. Like my goal during pregnancy was not to be super strong. It was just to maintain my muscle mass, maintain my strength, and kind of just do what feels really good. And I think that was super beneficial for me, especially postpartum. One, I feel like my body kind of recovered really quickly compared to other C-section moms that I've spoken to. And I also think that I'm gonna have kind of an easier go at getting back into being active, because even right now, I feel like 100% to me. Like I'm ready to go lift and do things. I'm just waiting for my doctor to clear me. But I do think how I trained has made my recovery process so much easier and like faster, in my opinion. And by the end of the third trimester, going in towards like the 38, 39 week mark, I stopped working out at 39 weeks and I rested the 40th week. And by that point, I was doing primarily dumbbell work because I didn't really need a barbell, or I did machines. And I don't think there's any, I mean, obviously there's certain protocols and safety things to consider when training pregnant, but I feel like how I did it was best for me, and it was the easiest, simplest way for me to keep doing what I love without overcomplicating it. So that's what I did. I'm also working on getting my certification for prenatal, postnatal training, just so I can add that to my like resume of coaching things. So make sure you keep an eye out, because I really want to work with more like pregnant ladies. I want to work with people postpartum, because I feel like it's an area that I think isn't super touched right now, but it's also like super, super important. So keep an eye out. Tips for increasing energy levels during pregnancy without caffeine. I stopped taking pre-workout the second I found out I was pregnant, and I survived my entire pregnancy off of 1 cup of coffee every day. So it is doable to do everything without needing an extreme amount of caffeine. What has helped me the most was, one, saving my caffeine for like later in the morning. So when I woke up, my first instinct was not like get my cup of coffee now and start my day. It was drink water, eat breakfast, chill for a little bit, and then have my first cup of coffee around like 10 or 11. And then that way I had energy for my afternoon slump that I typically would hit. And it would last until I had my workouts like later in the afternoon, and then just making sure that I was eating all throughout the day, even if it was just like snacks here and there to constantly fuel up. That's what maintained my energy the whole time, is just making sure I was eating enough, to be honest. Like that's all that I did. So what has surprised you the most, or what have you found to be harder or easier since being a new parent? So what has surprised me the most, I think, is how natural like motherhood has come for me. Like I've always loved kids. I've been around a lot of kids, a lot of babies, and I've kind of like always have wanted to take care of them. And so I'm not surprised that like I'm quick to take care of my baby, but I feel like it's such a more like natural, instinctive feeling with her, which was pretty surprising in the sense of I didn't realize it would be like that. I don't know if that makes sense. What's hard, I've talked about this on my Instagram, which a lot of you guys related to, is just when she's really upset and really fussy and I don't know what to do to help her. That's really hard, because it's like it hurts your heart to hear your kid crying and sad or mad and they can't even tell you what's wrong, so you can't help them immediately. That's really hard on me. Had a few tears with her because I just wanted to help her and I couldn't. What's been easy, Wade and I's dynamic with her has been really easy, to where we've never had to really get on to one another. We've been really good about like reading if the other person needs a break, like if she's upset, or reading like what the other person might need while the other person's watching her. So that's been a really easy shift for us. She's crying. Gotta go. All right, so she woke up and she's still really fussy. I think she's extremely tired from our drive still, but she's refusing to go to sleep. So she's in her mama-roo right now. Who knows how long that'll last. She seems content, so we're just gonna move on and just keep on going. So, things you didn't know about birth recovery and what you learned. Well, I feel like I didn't know really anything about the recovery process, whether it was natural or a C-section. Mainly, like, that's my own fault for not doing research. I honestly just thought it'd be one of those things where I just go in, pop the baby out, maybe tear, be sore for like a couple weeks, but the recovery process for my C-section was definitely way more painful than I thought it would be, and I needed so much more help than I thought I would need. Like the first week and a half to 2 weeks, Wade was pretty much attached to me, helping me a ton, which is why it was super beneficial for my mom being here those first couple weeks when Rayleigh was here, because we had a third hand to like kind of help with her when I needed help, because it was a lot. Like I could barely get out of bed by myself the first few days, which was crazy. So I would say definitely if you're a new mom, like do your research on natural birth and C-section births, like just to have some sort of knowledge going into it, because I will say that I kind of wish I had a little bit more insight on what to expect, so that way some of the decisions that I needed to make or questions they asked me, I was able to actually respond versus saying like, I don't know. So definitely do your research. Stay away from the scary stories, because you don't need to make yourself anxious, but definitely just have like a general baseline of knowledge. Most surprising thing about childbirth, I think what was the most surprising in my situation was how quickly everything kind of subsided for a second when I saw a baby girl outside of me. Like I didn't get to see her very long. I didn't get to touch her right away, but I saw her face and she was crying and she looked so beautiful, and like for at least 10 seconds, like it felt like I wasn't in the hospital, like I wasn't just cut open on a table, like she was just pulled out of me, like nothing. Like it felt like it was just me and her, and I wasn't even with anybody else. Like I don't know how to explain it. Literally everything else blurred, and it was just her face that I could see at one point. And I feel like that was, I guess, surprising, because I didn't know I would have that kind of response to her. But yeah, it just felt so surreal in that moment the second I saw her face, which was incredible. And those were all of the questions that you guys had for me. A lot of you guys had like really similar or repetitive questions, so I tried to touch base on everything, but that's everything you guys asked. And so I guess we're gonna wrap up this video. I know it's pretty random with like a half vlog, half Q&A, but the videos will be much more organized from this point, since I will be home and I'll have a more consistent routine to work with. But yeah, I think the next video is going to be my Buff Bunny unboxing, because I just got a new box, new collection coming soon. And then I'm going to start a series with my postpartum fitness journey. I'm 5 weeks postpartum now, and so I'm going to start doing some things here at home. I might invest in some equipment for here at home, just because I'm not sure when I'm going to get to go to the gym for Wade and I's schedule and who's gonna watch Rayleigh, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna start documenting all of that, and I'm really excited to share that with you guys. Cool. So I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you comment below what you're really excited about to see next. Like if it's my postpartum fitness journey, if it's more content with a newborn and how to juggle working from home, being a stay-at-home mom, newborn, all those things. Comment below what you want to see. Make sure you like this video so I know that you guys are watching and enjoy this channel, and subscribe so you don't miss any part of this new chapter that I love getting to share with you guys. And I will see you all next time.